Scammerdoodle's got something for you.
Hi everyone, this is Mars Camera Doodles, and yeah, she just got herself an iPad. I call her Screech. She's got an IG account. Just go look for Screech the Kindle. Okay, so this is the not iPad. Oh my gosh, it's a Kindle, man. So where was I? Anyway, Screech the Kindle. So I bought myself a Kindle Paperwhite. It's the Gen 11 2024 edition. I from the last I checked. Yes, 2024 edition. I'm looking at the box now. Promise. Okay. So this is what it looks like whenever you load it up. It's got the home and the library, and yes, I have really filled it all up with everything. It's only 16 gigabytes, but I figured, oh, I can fit everything. But at the moment, it's looking kind of bleak for my books, but I don't really care. Okay. So I made 6 categories for that. So at the moment, there are it's not nice looking if you don't have a cover for your PDF or EPUB. PDFs don't usually have, but the EPUBs do. So I would recommend that you get the EPUB version of the books that you're trying to upload. Okay. So when they first installed it, I used the Send to Kindle option on your browser. So what it does is that you can send all your EPUBs and PDFs into the Kindle using the Send to Kindle page on Amazon, and it will send it all to your Kindle. So there's also dark mode. Yes, love dark mode. Okay, and then you can always occasionally sync, especially when you need to insert more books or ebooks into your device. So according to the really back and very simple features written here, it's a 6-inch glare-free display. It's smaller than my iPad, and I love it because now I can bring this instead of my iPad when I need to really trim down on the things that I have. It's got weeks of battery life, and yes, I can attest to this. If you are not a heavy reader these past couple of days, you can have this thing on for 2 weeks. I'm going on. I think I only needed to charge it like 4 times since I last bought it. It's already December by now. Okay, so as you can see, I can change the font size, especially for those with um, difficulty in seeing stuff like myself. I'm there already. Then there's a built-in light. That's why people buy ebooks. It's because of the e-ink feature that you cannot replicate in phones or tablets. And it really does make things really easy to read, especially when you are reading before going to bed. I have tried that many times. My only concern is that, especially when it comes to like my science journals for PhD, those are usually PDFs. It's hard to zoom in. Okay, it takes some loading involved, so there's some residue from the e-ink. And at the same time, ink, since it doesn't have the EPUB feature wherein you can really make the fonts bigger or smaller just by changing the settings, you have to really zoom in and then zoom out when you go to the next page. It's kind of difficult in a way. Okay, but there are some highlighter features. So as you can see, I am really tinkering with the font size here and the settings. So you can make it compact style or traditional style when it comes to the way you want the reading experience to be. Okay, it uses USB-C, and for big files, it does recommend that you use the USB. You connect the Kindle to your desktop or your laptop in order to insert those really big files because Send to Kindle only has a maximum of 200 MB per file, which is quite big for uh, ebooks and PDFs, EPUBs and stuff. That's really big. But like in my case, I've been trying to download a 1 gigabyte. It's like the trilogy already. It's all 3 books from what the collection. Didn't work either way, but anyway. I'll just look for a workaround. Tried it on comic books. As you can see a while ago, I was reading Persepolis. Really nice, but again, it has that residue feel. But eh, you get what you have, and it's really beautiful. At least all my books are in one place. I make it so that in order to see the all the genres that I have, I only divided my genres into six so that they will all fit on one page and I don't need to scroll up and down. And for those who want to give it a try, I would recommend the following genres that you can use as your main library collection or your collection. Okay, so the six are, we have, of course, your fiction books, we have nonfiction, I have some self-help books there. I have comics. I have a collection dedicated for comics. And then since I'm studying, I have PhD, so all my journal articles are there. And then of course, yes, you're uncollected. This is where your uncategorized and your new stuff go in. So they go in there. And then I have a spare collection. So it depends on you if you have a favorite book or a favorite author, you can put them there. In my case, it's the world of Harry Potter. So that's all seven books plus Fantastic Beasts, Quidditch to the Ages, Beetle the Bard, and all the other insert books from that category, regardless if they were made by the same author. So those are the six. So I don't need to go up and down anymore when I look through my library. Okay, and and then I favorited fiction. So there's, you can see when you have a word that you're also not familiar with, it can also bring up the definition through the dictionary. There's quite a lot of free dictionaries that have been installed into the library. So there's that. I put it under the nonfiction field. Okay. And then, of course, it relies a lot on Wi-Fi when you need to insert your books in, so you can connect it to your local Wi-Fi so when you need to, but it works offline perfectly. Okay. So when I bought it, of course, the first thing that I needed to worry about was, oh my gosh, it's gonna get some dings and scratches if I don't put a cover on this thing, and that's what I did. I bought a cover off. Of course, Amazon's not our thing here. We use Shopee or Lazada. So I got a Kindle case. So you have to be very careful because you have to be very specific with the kind of variant you got. So Gen 11, 2024 edition. There's a Gen 11, but it's not 2024. So you have to be extra careful about that. So I got one that has the mag safe at the back so that I can move that book there, either portrait style or landscape style. Portrait style is nice on the feel and the hand, but nothing beats holding it like you would your usual book. So there's that. Okay, but I bought this as a gift to myself. Uh, because I felt I really, really, really wanted this thing. And you know very well that I've been hoping, praying, debating, discerning when to get this thing and which model. Because apart from Kindle, there's also the Kobo, and there's also those other brands that look really nice and pretty. But we settled for the Kindle because at the end of the day, I felt I don't need to write on it. I don't need to scribble on it. And as much as I want to write on it, that's what the tablet is for. So I got the Kindle. Okay, I put some stickers at the back of it too, just so it's a little bit more personalized to my taste. Okay, so that is my Kindle. So as I mentioned a while ago, I named it Screech, and yes, I gave it an IG account. So whatever I'm reading or whatever's in my Tsundoku, I will post the occasional picture about it and a quote from that book as well. So it's less than 10,000 at the time I bought it. I'm sure there'll be a new Kindle version soon. Might as well get this one. There are also a lot of secondhand stores and rentals. Be careful with the rentals though, you never know. So that is the Kindle Paperwhite Gen 11 16 gigabyte 2024 edition. That's the box, everyone. It's really scary because it's really small. I mean, I could really lose that thing if I really was not paying attention. All right. Happy holidays, everyone. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Goodbye.